to this week's Mind Matters video, where we discuss all things mental health. This week's episode is going to pertain to anxiety, specifically dealing with your anxieties in your 20s as a woman. Your 20s are depicted as some of the best years of your life, full of adventure, joy, growth, but there's a lot of difficulties that occur in your 20s that aren't often talked about, especially the anxiety. A common occurrence in your 20s is graduating college, and now you're thrust into the economy where things can feel very overwhelming and very difficult. The transition can cause a lot of anxiety and a lot of feelings that you may not know how to deal with. Think about it. You got your degree, but now you have all of these questions. What should I do next? Did I choose the right path? Am I going to be able to make it in this economy? If you're one of these individuals that feel anxiety, especially in your 20s, graduating college, or in your late 20s, trust me, you are not alone. In fact, the statistics back this up. Studies show that post-college anxiety is very high. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, nearly 60% of college graduates feel anxious about job prospects. In general, your 20s can feel like a very anxious period of your life, but for women, there are some particular challenges that are very specific to the experience of being a woman. For women, this anxiety can be coupled with societal pressures. The expectation to have it all, a blooming social life, a career, an extensive education, caring for your family, caring for your friends, caring for your health, your image, your look. All of these things tend to be very particular to that experience of many women in the United States, which can lead to a lot of anxiety having to juggle all these tasks. Another very interesting statistic pertains to imposter syndrome. A recent Forbes study highlighted that 70% of women feel imposter syndrome at their work. This is a very significant proportion of women, and this highlights how many times women are socialized into feeling negative thoughts about themselves that can lead to more and more anxiety and more worry about their path, their goals, and their capabilities. And additionally, it is really important to highlight the job market and the current job market with all of the changes and all of the chaos that have occurred in the last decade. In general, many women face pressures of student debt, lack of financial resources, and gender wage gaps. According to the American Psychological Association, financial anxiety disproportionately impacts women, with 56% of millennial women reporting extreme stress over their financial situation. Additionally, the average student loan debt for women graduates is about $31,000, and because of the gender pay gap, it takes them longer to pay it off. But the pressure isn't just professional or financial. Many women feel anxiety about family planning, about their personal life, about their friendships and relationships, that can lead to many anxious feelings and anxious thoughts. Now that we've highlighted the statistics pertaining to anxiety in women, and we've highlighted the various ways a woman may feel anxious, whether that's worrying about their personal life, their financial life, their career, now we're going to go on ways to manage anxiety. Firstly, as previously stated, it is very important to recognize that you are not alone. Over 40 million Americans suffer from anxiety disorders, and women are twice as likely as men to be affected. So what can we do? Firstly, practicing mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness, seeking support from friends, and speaking with a therapist are proven ways to manage anxiety. Studies show that cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the most effective treatments for anxiety, and women who participate in supportive communities report feeling less overwhelmed. It is very important to know that you are not alone if you are in your 20s and you feel like you're the only person that's worried, the only person that's behind. You are not alone. Not only do the statistics back this up, but if you were to go around your community, talk to your peers, talk to the woman in your life, you'll really understand how common these anxious thoughts can truly be. Another proven way to manage your anxiety is through exercise. My personal favorite is yoga. I think yoga really helps you de-stress, to focus on the present, and to be comfortable with the discomfort. Physical activity releases endorphins, the body's natural mood lifters, and helps reduce stress hormones like cortisol. Even short bursts of movement can help ease anxiety. One of the most important things you can do as an individual is to limit alcohol or caffeine consumption, as both of these can lead to worsened anxiety symptoms. It is also very necessary to set realistic goals. At times, we can feel so overwhelmed in our 20s that we just have to reach the big picture. We just have to be married. We just have to have our career. But it is so important to take every day one day at a time. So setting a realistic goal could even include updating your resume, making small goals of going to the gym for the first time. All of these things will help reduce your anxiety and will get you slowly to the steps you want to be in, the place you want to be in, So it's really, really important to be proud of you, but to be proud of the journey, the small steps that you're taking to one day reach your goal. On that same kind of note, time management and organization can heavily reduce your anxiety in your 20s. Another important step is potentially to limit your social media. Sometimes the comparison, where you're comparing yourself to other people, to other women in their 20s, and only seeing the highlight reel can really impact how you feel about yourself. So at times it is important to potentially delete a social media app off of your phone temporarily, or just limit the amount of time that you are aimlessly scrolling and getting affected by comparison. Another important thing is practicing gratitude. Writing down what you were thankful for every single day, the people in your life, being thankful for your health, being thankful for your family, being thankful for the small things in life that you may never even consider, that will really heavily reduce the anxiety and stress in your brain and shift those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. And lastly, one of my personal favorites is engaging in hobbies. Many times in life, we're just focusing so much, again, on these big picture goals, without realizing that life is about the journey, the small things that we enjoy to do, whether that is reading, writing, crocheting, watching a film, going on a hike. These small hobbies can keep you motivated and give you something to look forward to. And those small progresses that you make in your hobbies are also something that feels very rewarding and reduces anxiety. Anxiety in your 20s is real. As a woman, there are specific and significant factors that can correlate to an increased amount of anxiety, such as societal expectations. But it's very important to recognize that you are not alone, that there are many ways to reduce anxiety and many steps you can take daily to limit the amount of anxiety that you're giving yourself. Reach out to a friend, talk to a therapist, and remind yourself that you are exactly where you need to be in life. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. I'm very grateful to every single individual that watched, and I hope this video was helpful for any individual that may be feeling a little bit anxious and uncertain in life.